Alrighty, recording. So hi you guys and welcome to my channel. I'm back with a new video. And I'm wondering, it's in the thumbnail it says 20 years old, 32 KOs, but women. What did he do, Tommy? We're gonna check out this video though called "Had More Power Than Tyson, One Punch Knockouts, and the True Story of Tommy Morrison." So I'm excited for this one. I'm not gonna ramble though. Let's get straight into the video. Oh, right. What was that? Let's see.
Tommy Morrison will forever remain one of the most tragic figures throughout pugilistic history. In the 90s, the blonde giant with a chiseled silhouette was the embodiment of a knockout machine. Mind-blowing speed. Devastating flurries. And $1 million punch have propelled him to the pinnacle of the sport. But the prominent heavyweight's career was cut short in the prime of his potential, suddenly and irrevocably. Today we remember the legendary power and dramatic path of boxing's great white hope.
We checked him out, but I forgot his life story a little bit.
Born on January 2nd, 1969, Thomas David Morrison grew up in the American South. Half Irish and half Native American, the future champion was a protege of nature itself. Athletic talent determined his success in football and basketball. Still, the real gift was revealed in the boxing gym, where the 10-year-old boy was brought to by his father, according to family tradition.
Now, I've always been pretty exceptional at sports, but boxing is something I feel like I'm just a step ahead.
The 15-year-old teenager was so impressive in appearance that he fought adults using a fake ID forged by his mother. By 1988, fresh out of high school, Tommy's record exceeded 200 amateur matches. After graduation, the 19-year-old prodigy won several regional tournaments. However, following a loss in the National Olympic trials to Ray Mercer, who would later take the gold in Seoul, Morrison decided to break the shackles of unpaid boxing. Being an alleged distant relative of the movie star John Wayne, he took the ancestor's moniker, the Duke, and in November 1988 went on a journey to conquer the professional ring. The 6'2" tall kid with a frame north of 200 pounds was menacing enough, but what stuck out the most was his patented left hook.
Shout out to the lefties!
None of the initial 5 opponents could survive the first 3 minutes.
I don't blame him. Sheesh, his hair just fell.
It wasn't until the 6th performance, dated February 1989, that the Duke encountered a semblance of competition. In the beginning of the fight against Traore Ali, Tommy ate a few straights from long range.
Sir, he's got that square shoulder.
In response, he turned to the trademark hook. Thunderous naked right hands aggravated the situation. Traore wasn't going anywhere and bravely withstood the onslaught for 3 rounds. Nevertheless, at the 9-minute mark, he lingered in the line of fire for too long.
There it is. Come on, punch. That's it. That's what I'm talking about.
A delayed reaction on that.
In the 4th frame, another clinch decided the outcome of the meeting.
I'll finish it. Yep. Good right uppercut.
That'll be the winner. Ali.
That evening, the right uppercut became the weapon of choice and knocked down the vis-a-vis twice for a TKO.
Yep. Good right uppercut.
The canonical puncher style, always aiming to send the rival to the hospital, did not disappoint in further collisions. Morrison invariably broke into close quarters and unloaded thumping hooks and uppercuts. Come summer, he had stacked up a pile of 11 unconscious bodies.
Over! Finito! So the ref.
Signing with Bill Caton, a famous manager responsible for Mike Tyson's rise, helped the Duke's ascension towards the elite.
Mike!
With a team full of professionals in the corner, the surging prospect went on a title conquest. Justifying the flattering comparisons with Iron Mike,
Morrison and liked it because of the left hook.
in August of '89, Morrison viciously punished the torso for 3 minutes, hoping to crush Mike Robinson in spectacular fashion.
And gets maximum power into that.
Punishing body shots by Morrison. Robinson.
The first knockdown materialized in the dying seconds of the round.
Morrison just doing a great job with the body, and Robinson goes down.
And before
Unable to score a body shot KO in the opening stretch,
Robinson somehow.
Tommy completed the job in the second.
Big left hand, and Robinson's in trouble again.
I think we'll see.
Huge body shot, and down goes Robinson. Steve Smoker wide.
The next bout, 2 weeks later, followed the same time schedule.
Morrison working over his man on the ropes here and getting the best of it. Trying, incidentally, as an amateur, he lost in the Olympic trials. A big right hand followed up on the left by Morrison and Shelby.
In September, Rick Ennis, with 15 knockouts and 18 victories, vowed to stay away from the bludgeoning hooks. And yet, that was too hard of a task.
Legs back under it now, but he was really rocking the left hook.
There's an uppercut, and that's probably going to be it.
Ooh.
Dave Jacko,
I got
an
chills
owner of
in my
21
legs.
wins and 18 finishes, tried to keep the distance in the kickoff. Tommy threw a couple of light jabs and made the opponent taste his mighty punch.
I have to face a right-hander.
There's a left hand that goes down and probably out.
Sheesh.
A leaping left hook became a perfect storm, turning Jacko's grit off with one touch.
Why am I
The
looking
Duke's
at the camera?
name started coming up in the title conversation.
In the first round.
Tommy the Duke Morrison comes to boxing naturally. He's related to John Wayne, whose real name was Marion Morrison. He's grooming Tommy for a shot at heavyweight
Marion?
champion Mike Tyson. And it could be
My name is Miriam.
the grudge match of the century.
Confirming expectations, Morrison made short work of the experienced Harry Terrell.
His right hand, real light, and he lands a left and has the opponent protecting himself or trying to against the ropes.
Forcing the referee to initiate the count in the second minute with a clubbing left. Tommy stamped an exclamation mark with a long overhand.
227 pounds. Here. Oh, big right hand. He stopped this fight. He has got to his feet, but he stopped the fight.
The ref is okay. Get out. Get out. It's over. Come on. Look at you. Oh, whoa.
Terrell courageously endured the knockdown,
Whoa,
but
I didn't
soon
see
was
that.
left dangling on the ropes like a puppet with
Nah.
cut strings.
That's
27 pounds.
a nasty.
In a span of 11 months
so
as
much
a pro,
goosebumps.
the 20-year-old had 18 victorious performances,
20?
16 of which ended in stunning annihilations. The Duke was proclaimed the great white hope of boxing. Simultaneously, Tommy's charming charisma and debilitating power brought him more than just athletic acclaim.
227 pounds. Here. Oh, big right hand.
A series of killer finishes attracted unexpected attention outside the ropes. Most impressed with Morrison's abilities was Sylvester Stallone, who invited him to play Tommy Gunn in the upcoming Rocky V. During pre-production, the Duke fought 2 times to promote the movie.
Gave Lacousse a pretty good left hand. Now Morrison, another left.
For one of the contests, he walked out wearing famous shorts from the franchise, and Stallone himself was in the corner.
Wow. That's cool, I guess.
It was not difficult for Tommy to reproduce his signature style on the big screen. An abundance of left hooks and shattering right hands for the viewer's liking.
You kind
The
of
heavy hitter and baby mama
I like this that you can see that it was back in the day.
Magnet
Everything's so
woke
realistic
up as
now.
a star in an ocean full of gorgeous women.
Can you put an estimate on the number of women?
I'd easily say 1 a day. You know, that he never knew.
But I'm hungry, like you were. All I'm asking for is a chance.
Shish, Tommy.
Just one shot.
After being on the set and resting for half a year combined, the freshly minted Tommy Gunn returned in June of 1990.
Ouch.
Nonetheless, having broken his hand in a tune-up bout, Morrison spent 4 months on the bench. In the second comeback, the previous injury did not prevent him from adding another disintegration to the portfolio.
He does have a devastating left hook.
Well, that's it.
A month later, versus Mike Acey, the Duke scored an elegant knockdown with a right cross.
We'll see.
Down to one knee from a right hand.
A picture-perfect left
to
hook
shake that one
closed
off.
the show.
Way down. He's landing. Oh, that should be it.
That was a left hand.
In 1991, Tommy Gunn continued to gain momentum. The crazy fighting schedule paid off, and in a span of 6 months, he collected 4 vicious stoppages.
Walk in and throw that hook, and he does have a devastating left hook.
Well, that's it.
Devastating left hook.
Some
We'll
of the
keep hearing
victims
it.
were highish caliber heavyweights. Former WBC champion Pinkland Thomas survived a full round of shelling.
Oh, look at the cut. Yeah. If I was the ref, I would have stopped at the cut. Okay, over. Okay, finito. Nope. Can't continue. Look at you with the cut.
But a cut saved him from coming out for the second.
Oh, he did. Okay.
The first man to go the distance
Should
with
be a ref.
Tyson,
I
James
know.
Tillis, could not withstand Morrison's pressure either, falling with every touch by the left hand.
Still trying to get himself back into a good left hand. Down goes Tillis. And a good combination again by Morrison. A left and a right behind it. An uppercut. Down goes.
Having been knocked down twice, Tillis met his own demise on the ropes.
This guy. Sheesh.
Thus, in 2.5 years, the Duke removed 28 antagonists out of the way, and only 4 of them did not need a head scan when things were settled. Tommy surpassed many world champions in popularity and became a contender for the belt.
Morrison! A lot of
That
people are
dude-
pretty sad if I was saying, hey, I fought for the heavyweight championship of the world. We don't want to fight for it. We want to fight for it and win it.
In October of 1991, the 22-year-old Morrison went up against the undefeated WBO champion Ray Mercer. 3 years have passed since their amateur match. During this period, Mercer managed to win gold at the Olympics. After turning pro, he claimed the World Boxing Organization title and finished 12 of 17 adversaries by knockout. At the onset of the third lap, Tommy almost got the job done.
I mean, he was trying to really take me out. But he hit me hard I've ever been hitting boxing.
But ran out of steam at the end and started eating shots. The 5th round was marked by one of the most brutal moments in boxing history.
And he unloads on him, and Tommy Morrison's arms get tangled in the ropes so he can't go down. Like, look at this. See, he's tangled in the ropes.
Oh, fuck.
Bro, I mean, it was one of the worst KOs I ever remember seeing. Look at that.
Following a short hiatus, Morrison entered the ring in February of 1992. 4 consecutive victories got him back on the title track, all by way of knockout.
I'm not exactly sure. He's got a great respect for Morrison's powers. Well, he should.
Well, it's simple.
Oh!
I'm just going to say it's simple. He hit you at the left hook.
Hit the spot. Hit the spot.
Yet as soon as he declared his high aspirations, karma struck back at Tommy
Who is that in the back massaging?
Gunn. In June, Joe Hipp gave him all sorts of trouble.
Men inne i ringen mellan de 4 repen så är det han som måste bevisa vad han går för.
The ever-tough native...
Oh, that was Swedish! Oh, it took me off guard. He speaks in Swedish, the commentator. I was like, hold on.
American had a granite chin.
Från båda sidor.
Yeah, Swedish.
Höger träff och det höger.
That's my first
Rising
language.
from the dead after a monstrous right hand.
Här kom den högra uppercutten som jag sa. Här kom också en.
Having broken his jaw and hand in the fight,
Oh
Morrison
my God.
dug deep and wrapped things up in the 9th.
Full träff med högern. Tunga högerkrokar. Det kommer.
I'm talking about the right fist.
Skjuter honom, dömer bort honom. Han vänder ryggen mot reaktionen.
Due to injuries, the pursuit of the throne had to be put on hold. Returning to form, the Duke added 3 more stoppages to the resume,
I got so
and the
much
streak
goosebumps.
reached 8 in a row.
And there's the left hook, and down goes.
By June of 1993, Tommy had finally deserved a
I was born 1993, December though.
shot at the WBO crown.
That's my year.
The former undisputed world champion, George Foreman, agreed to a scrap for the vacant gold. Big George needed no introduction for his epic wars with Joe Frazier back in the 70s.
Frazier taking it from George Foreman.
Foreman. Not Foreman again.
Only the great Muhammad Ali found a way to stop him.
Ali. Imagine making me look like that.
Even 2 decades later, Foreman was still regarded as one of the deadliest punchers ever. Despite the public expecting reckless fireworks, Morrison had the best tactical performance of his career.
The most masterful piece of boxing in Tommy's career.
Tommy Gunn confidently outstruck the rival and took the victory by decision. With this giant achievement, Morrison joined the elite club of heavyweight kings. But subsequent events displayed the unpredictable nature of fisticuffs. The first defense was scheduled for August 1993. Rocky V co-star Mike Williams was supposed to be in the opposite corner. The contest fell through at the last moment when Williams allegedly refused to take a PED test and did not leave the locker room.
What was that?
The night was saved by a pie-loving local journeyman, Tim
messed
Tomaszek. According to popular belief, on his birthday, Doughboy came to watch the beloved champ and drink a few pints. Jumping into the ring for a couple of $1,000s, Tim enjoyed every second.
I'm not even being facetious.
He's
His left hand real high.
Wait, is he drunk?
He knows that hook. Getting his
For a couple of thousand?
And meanwhile, Tommy Morrison starting to whack him with left hook.
Wait, what is going on? No way, this is...
The Duke did not appreciate Tomaszek's antics and got him out of there by the 4th round.
That's part of the reason why he's being hit a lot harder.
How did he even make it to 4?
And again, that hurt Tomaszek. And down goes...
Tim took the outcome very well, turning it into a minute of fame.
Did I misunderstand
Everybody from Green Bay, I love you, Mom and Dad, and everybody.
On Tommy's side of things, a money fight with Lennox Lewis for the prestigious WBC strap was looming. The last stop would be the decorated former amateur Michael Bent, with a 10-1 pro record. At the outset, Morrison pressed Michael against the ropes and fired a left hook. Bent survived and responded with the best combination he ever threw.
Yeah, that looked nice. Jeez. Oh my god.
Tommy rose up and got sent to the floor seconds later. The third fall turned out to be the last.
Good shape.
Under a rain of punches from Bent, the Duke was dropped 3 times in just a minute and a half, and lost due to the 3 knockdown rule. The belt wasn't the only thing to go, though. $8 million and a title shot against Lewis also vanished into the blue. The fat paycheck pursuit ended in vain. On the other hand, with youth still on his side, Morrison was able to come back with a streak of 3 victories in 1994.
Uppercut by Morrison, down goes. And another uppercut.
The turning point in the Duke's career was the bout in July versus Ross Purity, who would hand Vladimir Klitschko his first defeat in the future. Tommy kicked things off well.
You can hear it. I'm thinking that's the lamp.
But the gas tank failed him, and Morrison took a knee in the 6th round.
How was his
He
personal
barely
life
escaped a
during
finish
this time?
after collapsing
Because he don't look healthy.
in the 10th.
I don't know. Maybe I'm
The
wrong.
Duke somehow survived to see the final bell, and the meeting ended in a controversial draw.
This was a very close fight. That is not a bad decision.
The irreparable damage was done. The Great White Hope went on a spree for half a year and got addicted to substances in that time.
Tommy's a celebrity, he's a star, but he's also a young kid who has no clue how to handle that. And he starts surrounding himself with an entourage.
And they call us up at midnight, 1 o'clock, and say, hey, you better come and get your boy. He's laid passed down on the floor. You might want to come and get him before the media gets here. So we run down and pick him up and throw him in the back of a pickup truck and carry him home.
Having recovered 7 months later, he continued to stack up back-to-back knockouts over questionable opposition.
I think the end is just about upon him.
There's the hook, as Randy pointed out.
Taking the last round before that, very close.
In June of 1995, Tommy was offered a clash with Donovan Ruddock. for the vacant and meaningless IBC belt. Until recently, the Canadian was considered a top-notch heavyweight with a razor-sharp shot that rarely left fights at the judge's mercy.
Oh, whoa, look like his head was
He
about
did not
to...
disappoint, even on late notice, bringing the rival on all fours in the opening minute.
Oh, there goes Morrison!
Regardless, the Duke leveled the odds with a standing knockdown, courtesy of an uppercut.
But he's still paid for it.
Okay.
Razor Ruddock got rocked by the same punch to knock Morrison.
Toward the end of the fourth round, Ruddock got in trouble.
Good uppercut, but Morrison comes back. He's got Ruddock hurt. He hurt him with the left hook.
But managed to escape the scuffle theatrically.
But Ruddock is talking to him.
Finally, in the sixth, the Canadian landed a good one and rushed to pursue Morrison. Tommy Gunn smelled blood and ended the duel by TKO.
10 more seconds, and it's a long one. He will not do it.
Having survived the fall at the outset of the scrap, the Duke responded with a series of concussive offerings. As usual, the iconic left hook became the key to victory.
Ay. Put him to sleep.
With 4 knockouts in a row, Morrison got a dream match with Lennox Lewis, with 23 knockouts in 27 wins. Lennox was considered to be one of the most technical boxers at heavyweight.
Not to counterpunch.
A year earlier, he had lost his WBC title and was now challenging for the American's crown.
How to ease his way.
From the very beginning, Lewis commanded the distance and discouraged the adversary from entering using a power jab.
Slow it down because this is the best punch.
The Duke was wasting energy and trying to bite back.
Right now.
There's a right.
But in the second round, the contest turned into a beating.
Long stride, and there's the body shot.
In the fifth, Tommy was rocked by a right uppercut.
By Lennox Lewis's arms. And there's a monumental uppercut.
He fought pretty much blind afterwards due to swollen hematomas and got sent to the canvas again.
Been a factor so far. Down goes Morrison again. And
rising from the knockdown, Morrison tried to recover in the clinch and was chinned with a precise left hook.
very close to a stoppage here. You get that sense.
Taste of his own medicine. Literally. Oof.
Throughout the confrontation, Lennox was shooting the kill and maintained an undeniable lead. The champion proved to be a warrior and only gave up the belt when the referee made the decision for him.
Championship continues.
Losing to a great fighter like Lewis was not the end of the world for the American. However, the terrible news that broke out in February of 1996 cut the 27-year-old Morrison's career short.
There was a certain point in time in my life that I lived a very permissive, fast, reckless lifestyle. Have a more extensive test run. And I was informed just a little while ago that those tests do in fact confirm that I have tested positive for the HIV virus. As an individual that had the opportunity to be a role model and blew it.
As crazy as it may sound, in November of 1996, Tommy went to Japan, far away from any athletic commission, and performed over there. Marcus Rode, who agreed to be the Duke's farewell opponent, did not last even 2 minutes.
With what Tommy Morrison is going through, this fight is over.
From then on, the Golden Boy spiraled down the drain. Booze, drugs, and prison became the new reality for the guy who had recently been compared to Frazier and Tyson. He disappeared for 10 long years. Only at the turn of the century, the unrecognizable former champion has had enough and changed his destructive lifestyle. In 2007, a shocking statement came out that Morrison might have been misdiagnosed. The latest test results came clear. It is difficult to say whether it was the outcome of intensive treatment, which made it temporarily impossible to detect the virus, or there was shady business going on. The latter is definitely not something you'd want to believe in.
Primarily because Morrison now believes he never had HIV.
The more research I did, the more I found out that what I was being told was a bunch of bull.
Be that as it may, the 38-year-old Tommy dove deep into the conspiracy rabbit hole. By the moment people raised concern, Morrison had already obtained a boxing license and resumed his career. When he returned, fans were baffled by the ugly breast implants and lousy physique. Tommy had 2 professional appearances against rookies. Both ended by way of a finish.
Well, that was the ref, right?
He even managed to fight in the increasingly popular MMA, performing a couple times at Indian reservations. In the late 2000s, his health deteriorated, and Duke finally hung up the gloves. During the last years, Morrison was unable to visit the gym, the only place where he felt at peace. Despite that, he maintained good relationships with his sons, who followed in their father's footsteps and became boxers. The brothers are strikingly similar to their dad, and both inherited devastating power. Disease complications became apparent in 2013, and by the summer, Tommy could no longer move on his own. He passed away the first day of autumn at the age of 44.
Oh, that's too young. Only he looked so much older. Like, oof, wow. Wow.
In the mid-90s, the whole world was at Morrison's feet.
Worn
the
out.
young heavyweight's ambitions were complemented by a thunderous left hook. His record has been immortalized with 42 knockouts out of 48 victories, and he only lost on 3 occasions, exclusively to worthy boxers. Unable to handle stardom, the 2-time world champion burned through life like a rock star.
Amateur. He lost in the Olympic trials. A big right hand.
There's a left hand.
27 pounds. Big right hand.
And although the exemplary citizen image turned into ashes, Tommy Gunn left a glorious mark inside the ring.
Laying down, he's landing. Oh,
yep. Good right uppercut. And a good combination again by Morrison. A left and a right behind it. An uppercut down.
His tragedy could serve as a warning to future generations.
Before he gets a chance open, though. To share not the good, but also the bad. I respect it.
Mills Lane says, don't do that again. And there's the left hook, and down a hook by Ruddock, and it may have hurt Morrison.
Keep hearing it. Shish. That's off, yeah. Wow. That was it, you guys. He seemed like a genuine person and wouldn't, like, you know, image is everything, especially these days, but he still was open with things and just shared it. Like he said, he wanted to be a role model. So, yeah. R.I.P. Tommy Morrison. What a life. What a career. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely did. And learned some new things about him. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, and hopefully I'll see you guys in another video. Appreciate you watching if you made it till the end. And yeah, bye.